In life, there are moments when we face adversities that seem insurmountable. Perhaps it's when you lose a job to which you've dedicated yourself wholeheartedly, when the one you love turns away, or when your grandest dreams are thwarted by consecutive failures. Have you ever been there where every door seems to close, leaving you alone in a room of confusion? In those moments, do you pray, or do you feel that praying is a sign of weakness, something trivial and unworthy of the great challenges you face? Listen to me, do not hesitate to pray. Do not feel ashamed for kneeling down and expressing your deepest needs, and do not think you have to be so strong that you don't need prayer, because prayer can change everything. Prayer is the thread that connects the heart to the workings of the universe. I do not care about the trivial worries you might have. I do not care about the words of those who mock you. Prayer is not helplessness, it is absolute confidence in the natural flow of things, what Stoic philosophers call logos. As Marcus Aurelius once said, do not dream of possession of what you do not have. Rather reflect on the greatest blessings in what you do have, and on their account, remind yourself how much they would have been missed if they were not there. Before we delve deeper into this topic, I want to hear your thoughts. Leave a prayer of your own in the comments. It can be anything, whether small or grand, but let yourself feel the power that prayer brings. Now, let's begin together. 1. The value of determination and resilience. When faced with seemingly insurmountable adversity, we have a choice: either succumb to despair or rise, fueled by determination and resilience. This choice forms the foundation of Stoic philosophy, which encourages individuals to confront challenges as opportunities for growth. The journey through hardship is not merely about survival, but also about a profound transformation of character. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Imagine living without a home and spending 3 years in your car. The cold, hunger, and isolation could extinguish even the faintest glimmer of hope for many. Yet for some, like the protagonist in this story, such circumstances become the forge that shapes resilience. With no degree, no financial stability, and no familial support, they faced relentless rejection and failure. However, amid the darkness of their circumstances, a flame of determination continued to burn brightly. Every day brought new challenges, but also opportunities to inch closer to their dreams. They relied not on material wealth or external validation, but on an unshakable belief that perseverance could rewrite the story of their life. Waking up every morning in a car, planning, seeking opportunities, and refusing to surrender to despair exemplifies the extraordinary strength of the human spirit. Determination is the bridge between where we stand and where we aspire to be. It turns the impossible into milestones of progress. For those starting from nothing, determination is everything. It doesn't promise immediate success or shield us from failure, but it ensures that every stumble is a stepping stone, not an endpoint. Consider the life of someone striving to master a new skill, such as playing a musical instrument. Initially clumsy, their notes may sound discordant and frustration may abound. The path to mastery is littered with mistakes, but with every hour of practice, they move closer to harmony. In this context, determination is not about perfection, but perseverance. Stoic philosophy encourages aligning our actions with the natural order and rhythm of the universe. While not all Stoics are theists, faith often serves as an anchor during challenging times. For the protagonist of this story, faith in a higher power like God became their refuge when despair threatened to engulf them. Prayer offered solace. Faith does not negate the need for action. Instead, it complements the action, providing a sense of purpose and a reminder that even the most arduous journeys are part of a larger plan. In moments of doubt, this faith offered clarity. It was not about seeking miracles, but finding the strength to endure and the wisdom to navigate. John, an American civil engineer, lost his job at the age of 40 and faced a crisis following a divorce. The financial burden and the responsibility of raising his daughter plunged him into a difficult situation. John refused to let adversity bring him down. During the day, he worked at a cafe, and at night, he taught himself programming. The early days were exhausting as he balanced work studies and fatherhood. Each evening, he spent a few quiet moments focusing on what he could control: his effort and love for his daughter. He prayed for clarity and strength rather than miracles, believing that change begins within oneself. 3 years later, John landed a job in the tech industry, bringing stability to his family. He taught his daughter that failure is not a dead end, but an opportunity to rise again. John's story embodies the Stoic spirit: perseverance, focusing on what can be controlled, and finding meaning in the journey through adversity. Hitting rock bottom forces people to confront themselves. It teaches humility, appreciation for small victories, and the resilience to rise again. Though painfully earned, these lessons are priceless. Stoic philosophy teaches that adversity is a natural part of life. Epictetus once reminded us, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Each obstacle challenges our character and provides an opportunity to strengthen our inner fortitude. Those who overcome adversity often emerge more empathetic and gain a renewed perspective on life's priorities. Believing in what cannot be seen, whether a higher power, a brighter tomorrow, or one's own inner strength, is essential to overcoming hardship. Stoic philosophy emphasizes focusing on what we can control: our thoughts, reactions, and choices. Faith complements this focus, enabling us to trust in a greater order or purpose, even when the path ahead is unclear. Thus, believing in prayer is not a passive act. It is an active form of hope built on both action and surrender. When combined with determination, faith becomes a powerful tool for facing life's uncertainties. Success is not reserved for a privileged few. It is available to anyone willing to persevere, adapt, and stand firm in the face of challenges. Education, wealth, or family support can provide a good start, but they are not prerequisites. What truly matters is the strength to keep moving forward even when everything seems impossible. In conclusion, the value of determination and resilience lies in their transformative power. They help us overcome circumstances, find purpose in challenges, and inspire others through our journeys. By believing in prayer and acting in alignment with our aspirations, we follow the Stoic path to growth and inner peace. Through faith, effort, and a steadfast heart, we realize that no obstacle is insurmountable and no dream is beyond reach. 2. Discover your life, purpose, and identity. The journey to discover our purpose in life and true identity is not merely a tale of success or failure, but a voyage of inner exploration. In Stoic philosophy, it is believed that every individual possesses the strength to overcome adversity, but that strength is only truly activated when we understand our essence and purpose. Let us begin with the story of a man standing under the dazzling spotlight of his first amateur competition night. His heart pounded, but when laughter erupted from the audience after his first line, he realized, "This is what I was born to do." That night he gained not just a trophy, but also discovered his life's purpose, bringing joy through humorous stories. This turning point is proof that even when life is shrouded in darkness, there is always a light waiting for us to find. However, the belief in a life's purpose is often nurtured by something greater than ourselves. For many, that is faith in God. A relationship with God serves as a lighthouse, guiding us through life's greatest storms. Without this faith, life can become aimless, leaving us vulnerable to despair. In the face of adversity, we may encounter countless challenges: academic failure, the pain of stuttering, broken marriages, or the loss of assets. Yet even at the depths of despair, hold on to an unyielding belief: God never abandons us. Steve Harvey, the famous comedian, once shared that he lived in his car for 3 years after losing his home and job. But during that time, he never gave up on his talent for comedy or his faith in God. He not only prayed but seized every small opportunity to stand on stage, whether at a small club or a community event. It was this perseverance and unwavering faith that helped him overcome challenges to become one of the most influential figures in the global entertainment industry. Stoic philosophy teaches that every challenge in life is an essential part of the journey of growth. The scars we bear are living proof of the resilience of our spirit. Ask yourself, what was I born to do? What unique gift do I have to shine? Stoicism encourages us to identify this special gift, whether it is a talent or passion, and to use it to serve life not just for ourselves, but for the community as well. Moreover, the people around us play a significant role in shaping our identity and life goals. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of selecting relationships wisely, avoiding negative influences, and focusing on those who encourage and motivate us. A positive environment not only strengthens us, but also propels us closer to achieving our goals. However, searching for a purpose in life is not an easy journey. It is a process of overcoming disappointment, doubt, and sometimes even betrayal. Yet through these pains we learn to value ourselves and build self-esteem. It is a journey not merely about finding life's meaning, but also about developing oneself like a piece of iron forged in the heat of fire to become a sharp blade. Throughout this journey, always maintain focus and motivation. Remember that every dream requires time and relentless effort to become reality. Do not let negative opinions or temporary difficulties deter you. Place your trust in your talents and use them as a compass to guide your way. Once you have discovered your purpose, you will realize that the challenges that once brought you down are the very foundation for building success. In the end, you will be grateful for the hard days because they have shaped you into the strongest version of yourself. To continue the journey of self-discovery, we will move on to an equally important topic: the power of gratitude. How can gratitude transform the way we perceive the world and bring profound peace to our souls? Let's explore together. 3. The power of gratitude. Gratitude is not merely a fleeting emotion. It is the foundation of a disciplined and purposeful life. Within the framework of Stoic philosophy, gratitude transcends the simple acknowledgement of blessings. It becomes a tool for self-mastery, a beacon in adversity, and a compass, guiding one to live in alignment with the sacred purpose of life. In a world rife with distractions, it is easy to lose focus and drift toward trivial pursuits. Stoic philosophy teaches us to train our minds and prioritize what truly matters. This strength, when nurtured by gratitude, empowers us to stay aligned with our goals, even as the world around us tries to pull us off course. Consider Christopher Reeve, the renowned actor who famously portrayed Superman, and his inspiring journey following a life-altering horse-riding accident in 1995 that left him completely paralyzed. Rather than succumbing to despair over his loss of mobility, Reeve chose to focus on gratitude. He was thankful for the medical team that saved his life, the unwavering support of his family, and his intact ability to communicate through his voice. In an interview, Reeve once stated that he did not see himself as a victim. Instead, he focused on raising awareness about spinal cord injury research, raising millions of dollars to help others in similar situations. Gratitude became the strength that carried him through physical and emotional pain, transforming him into a symbol of hope and resilience. Reeve's story illustrates how gratitude not only helps us confront adversity, but also infuses our lives with new meaning, enabling us to transcend what might seem like insurmountable limitations. Gratitude becomes even more profound when we tie it to our life's purpose. Many wander through life viewing work as merely a means to earn a living, rather than recognizing it as a calling. The Stoics believed that living according to nature means fulfilling the role we were born to play. Gratitude for this sense of purpose strengthens our resolve, turning ordinary habits into acts imbued with deep significance. Let's take the story of a teacher as an example. This teacher does not view their work merely as a career, but as a mission to shape the souls of children. Despite facing long working hours, unruly students, and administrative obstacles, they wake up every day with a heart full of gratitude. They know their work contributes to something greater than themselves, the growth of the next generation. This gratitude not only fuels their passion, but also helps them persevere through challenging times. Life is not without suffering, but even in the darkest moments, gratitude can guide us. When facing loss, hardship, or failure, the Stoics remind us to see these experiences as opportunities to grow. Epictetus once said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Rather than lamenting the challenges, we should be grateful for the lessons they bring. Gratitude, though a profound concept, must be cultivated through intentional practice. Begin by incorporating small habits into your daily life. The first is daily reflection. Take a few minutes each evening to list 3 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be anything big. Even small joys like a delicious meal or a kind word are precious. The second is expressing appreciation. Write a thank you note to someone who has positively impacted your life, even if it's just a few heartfelt sentences. The third is living with purpose, dedicating your actions to a higher purpose, whether helping others, cultivating a skill, or nurturing a relationship. By adopting these habits, you'll experience the profound impact gratitude has on your thoughts and actions. For those with faith, gratitude is deeply tied to the grace of God. Every breath we take and every challenge we overcome is a testament to His mercy. Life, though imperfect, remains a gift. Trusting in prayer and recognizing the grace that upholds us, we find the courage to keep moving forward. Whatever you're going through, remember that failure is not the end. As long as you're alive, there's always a chance to recover, grow, and renew. The Stoics remind us to embrace this truth with humility and gratitude, recognizing that every challenge is an opportunity to forge our character. Gratitude is a practice, not a passive state. Take a moment to reflect. What are you grateful for today? Have any recent challenges taught you something valuable? I encourage you to leave a comment sharing your thoughts. Write down one thing you're grateful for, and if you feel inclined, offer a prayer of thanks to God. It could be as simple as, "Thank you, God, for giving me the strength to face a new day," or a deeper expression of gratitude for the blessings you cherish. Let's inspire one another by practicing gratitude. As the Stoics believe, a heart full of gratitude is a resilient heart, capable of enduring anything and growing stronger in the process. 4. Give up harmful influences. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. Epictetus. This classic quote from the Stoic philosopher not only emphasizes the power of thought, but also highlights the nature of negative influences. They cannot truly harm us unless we allow them to take root in our minds. To live in the spirit of Stoic philosophy and foster inner strength through prayer, letting go of harmful influences is not a sacrifice, but a necessary transformation. When faced with adversity, people often succumb to feelings of helplessness or anger, but for the Stoic, difficulties are the materials for forging the soul. A soldier cannot become a warrior without battle, just as one cannot grow if life is always smooth. Negative influences, be they from toxic environments, unsupportive individuals, or harmful thoughts creeping into the mind, are like storms. You can either let them destroy you or use them to challenge yourself and grow. Imagine you are a sailor navigating rough seas. Do not fight the waves by cursing them. Instead, use them to propel your ship further. Overcoming such toxic forces not only strengthens you, but also inspires others who seek light in the darkness. One of Stoicism's core principles is the ability to control what belongs to oneself. Your life is the product of your actions and thoughts. Allowing negative influences like those who sow doubt or fears rooted in past failures to dominate your mind means giving them the power to shape your destiny. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." True strength lies in the ability to realize that you have the power to choose how to respond to every situation. Negative thoughts are invisible enemies constantly seeking to erode your confidence in yourself and in prayer. Guard your mind as you would a precious garden, removing weeds before they have a chance to grow. Prayer is not just an act directed toward the divine. It is a moment to pause, reconnect with yourself, and align with the universe. For those who lack religious faith, prayer still holds deep spiritual value as an opportunity to express gratitude, focus on positivity, and recalibrate the mind. When you relinquish harmful influences, gratitude becomes the most powerful tool to dispel darkness. Reflect on all that you have the ability to think, love, work, and even face challenges. Do not underestimate the value of these things. A moment of gratitude can dispel an entire day of negative thoughts. By practicing daily gratitude, you not only enrich your soul, but also build a shield against negative energies. Your thoughts are the most powerful tools for shaping your reality. If you allow yourself to be consumed by harmful influences, any effort to pray or act positively will be like sowing seeds in a barren desert. Instead, transform your mind into fertile soil by cultivating positive thoughts. Books such as The Power of Positive Thinking or The Magic of Thinking Big are living proof of the transformative power of thought. However, Stoic philosophy takes this concept even further. Positive thinking is not merely a personal endeavor, but also a moral responsibility. By letting go of harmful influences and focusing on the good, you not only elevate yourself, but also spread positivity to the community. Start each day with a simple exercise to protect your mind. Spend a few minutes reflecting on what you cherish, or write down a Bible verse or a Stoic quote to guide you through every situation. It doesn't need to be complicated, just something that brings you peace and purpose. In moments of fatigue or stress, ask yourself, is my reaction truly necessary, or am I letting external or internal influences control my mind? By questioning yourself this way, you will recognize the power of letting go of what does not belong to you. Letting go of harmful influences is not merely an act of elimination, but a reconstruction. You rebuild your mind. Incorporate prayer into your daily life and turn every moment into a step toward inner peace. Stoic philosophy does not demand that you retreat from the world, but that you face it with wisdom, courage, and self-respect. Believe in your prayers, for they are not merely words. They are a connection between you and something greater, something stronger both within and beyond yourself. 5. Overcome life's challenges. Gratitude is the foundation of all positive change in life. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that instead of focusing on what we lack, we should recognize and appreciate what we already have. When you learn to value small things, from a family meal to daily health, your mind will be illuminated with positivity. A real-life example is the story of Nick Vujicic, a man born without arms and legs, who found meaning in life through gratitude. Instead of lamenting his disability, he focused on inspiring and helping millions of people worldwide to change their mindset. The past may be a place of beautiful memories, but it can also become a burden if you let it control the present. Stoics like Epictetus believed we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. The past does not define who you are. How you respond to it does. Let go of pain and hurt to move forward, because carrying those burdens will only weigh you down on your journey. A powerful lesson comes from Olympic athlete Derek Redmond. At the 1992 Olympics, when an injury abruptly ended his race, instead of stopping and succumbing to despair, he rose and limped toward the finish line with the support of his father. That moment became a testament that letting go of failure and pressing on is a symbol of sheer willpower. Forgiveness is not about whether others deserve it, but about liberating yourself from the chains of hatred. Stoicism teaches that every moment you hold on to resentment, you allow others to control your mind. Forgiveness is how you reclaim that control. Once your mind is free, you can focus on your own growth. Ask yourself, am I holding on to things that prevent me from moving forward? Tragedy is a part of life, and what matters most is how you face it. Seneca once said, "Fire is the test of gold adversity of strong men." See every tragedy as an opportunity to grow. Turn loss into a lesson and transform suffering into motivation. Sad stories do not change the circumstances. The only thing that can be done is to take action. Ask yourself, am I repeating the same old story to justify my stagnation? If so, make a change by starting with small but specific steps. Stoic philosophy views difficulties as part of the journey. Challenges are not meant to make us fall, but to teach us to become stronger. From facing personal pain to overcoming failure at work, perseverance is key. As Thomas Edison once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Stay confident and persist in moving forward. One way to overcome personal difficulties is to help others. When you assist others, you not only create value, but also find meaning in life. Stoic philosophy encourages us to live for the community and find happiness through helping others. Sometimes you need to pause, pray, meditate, or simply sit in silence to recharge your energy. Remember, not every battle needs to be fought immediately. Pausing is also a way to prepare for bigger steps. Have you ever asked yourself, have I done enough to overcome the challenge? Is there something I'm overlooking? Don't let these questions just pass through your mind. Turn them into motivation to act. Life is not about waiting for things to happen, but about creating opportunities for yourself. Trust in your prayers, but also take action to make your dreams come true. Stoic philosophy does not teach us to just sit and wait, but to act with control and peace. Remember, every challenge carries the opportunity to become stronger if you're willing to trust and act. 6 practical advice for personal development. Do you realize that emotions are like winds that never cease to blow? They can be healthy and empowering, but they can also sweep you into a whirlwind of chaos. According to Stoic philosophy, mastering emotions is key to maintaining inner peace. When you allow emotions to dominate you, you hand over control of your life to external factors. Therefore, start by observing your emotions without judgment. Simply take note. This not only helps you gain clarity, but also enables you to act from a rational state rather than impulsively. A controlled mind forms a solid foundation for every step forward in life. The past, with its mistakes and disappointments, is like a heavy backpack you carry on your shoulders. If you don't learn to let it go, it will weigh you down. Stoic philosophy reminds us that the past should exist only as a treasure trove of lessons, not as a prison that confines the spirit. Every moment you dwell in sorrow or resentment over what has passed is a moment you deny yourself the fullness of the present. Instead, ask yourself, what did I learn from this? And use that lesson to move forward. Your future is not built by what has happened, but by what you do right now. If emotions are the wind, then dreams and goals are the compass guiding your way. It is often said that those with clear goals go farther than those who merely drift through life. A goal that is big and powerful enough can pull you through even the toughest times, like a faint light at the end of a tunnel. However, goals are not just abstract ideas. They need to be made concrete. Visualize clearly what you want to achieve, be it an ideal job, a peaceful life, or financial freedom. When you know exactly what you are aiming for, the difficulties on the path become challenges to overcome rather than insurmountable obstacles. Faith is an invisible yet powerful force. It is the seed you plant in your mind, the certainty that your efforts will bear fruit. Humans have a unique ability to visualize outcomes before taking action. If you can vividly imagine yourself standing at the pinnacle of success, you are already halfway there. Prayer is not merely a plea to a higher power, but also a declaration to yourself that you believe in your own capabilities. A mind filled with faith acts with determination and does not easily give up in the face of adversity. It is easy to sink into negative thoughts because they occur automatically, like water flowing downhill. But to achieve greatness, you must strive to go against this current. Stoicism teaches that the only thing you can control is how you respond. Practice transforming negative thoughts into positive motivation. Instead of worrying about failure, think of the lessons you can learn. Instead of fearing, see it as a sign that you are confronting something important. A positive mindset is not a gift, but the result of persistent practice. Change is never easy, but it is always worth it. Remember, determination is not a feeling that arises when you are excited. It is the choice you repeat daily, even when you are tired or down. A sincere prayer is a declaration to yourself, I will not give up. I can change this life. Stand up, define what you want, and persist in working toward it. Every small step brings you closer to the best version of yourself. Protect your dreams, safeguard your peace of mind, and keep moving forward. Success does not come from empty promises, but from relentless dedication and effort. Don't just pray, act. Believe that your prayers do not fall into the void, but are building the future you deserve. Every challenge is merely a stepping stone on the path you walk. Remember, Stoic philosophy is not just theoretical lessons, but a practical guide for life. Faith in prayer is not only belief in a higher power, but also belief in yourself. A person capable of overcoming any challenge, achieving great things, and living a meaningful life. So we have explored the power of prayer together through the lens of Stoic philosophy. This philosophy teaches us that prayer is not about wishing for the world to change according to our desires, but a commitment to transform ourselves, accept reality, and act with reason and steadfastness. In silence and self-respect, each prayer is an opportunity to find inner peace and strengthen our belief in our ability to exercise control. Now, I would love to hear from you. Leave a simple prayer of yours in the comments section, such as, I choose peace today. These prayers are not just personal declarations, but also a source of inspiration for all of us to move forward stronger and more focused on what truly matters. If you find this content helpful, don't forget to like it to spread the message. Share it to inspire your friends, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of the meaningful videos coming next. Keep following us and click on the videos displayed on the screen to continue this journey of exploring and nurturing the Stoic spirit.